So New Year is coming, so we're saying goodbye to 2018 and hello to 2019. And it's got me thinking, a New Year's resolution, is it really, can you really, change your life with a New Year's resolution? Do they really work? We're going to be looking at this on Around the World Today, here on Real Tario, with me, Terry Davis.
Tario Radio. Around the World Today, here on Real Tario Radio.
Hello and welcome to Around the World Today, episode 10, with me, Terry Davis, here on Real Tario Podcasts. So, New Year is upon us, really. Today is the 27th of December, 2018. And this time next week, when my podcast comes out, we'll be in a new series, Series 2, and we'll also be in 2019. Hasn't it been a weird year? So, I was having a conversation it was just before Christmas, with some people, with the other two who started Real Tario with me all those years ago, about 7 years ago now. And we were talking about New Year's resolutions. And Lee Ellery, who works somewhere else as well, was saying that, for work this year they're all doing New Year's resolutions. And I thought, well, why not do a New Year's resolution for Real Tario? And then we got into the discussion, to which we found out Terry Beckley doesn't believe in New Year's resolutions, because he believes that if you're going to change something in your life, you just go out and do it. And I kind of get that meaning, but then I also get the Ellery's point of view of where, a New Year's resolution, if you live by it, you can change. But then I'm thinking to myself, people don't always follow through with New Year's resolutions, because they don't make a New Year's resolution that they can, that they can follow through on. Do you know what I mean? You've got some New Year's resolutions, to spend more time with friends and family. Now, you should be doing that anyway, so why do you need a New Year's resolution to tell you to do something that you should be doing? To lose weight, well, we've all been there after New Year, and we've had a very big Christmas, and we've eaten so much, and around about this week, everyone's like, oh, I'm going to lose weight in the New Year, I'm going to do this. Well, January 29th comes, your gym membership has gone out of the window, and basically you're 30 quid out of pocket for your all access area gym membership that you insisted on taking out because you were going to follow your New Year's resolution, but you just don't have the time in life, or to give up smoking and drinking. But then on the first Friday after New Year, all of your friends go out, because, they're just so depressed the fact that Christmas and New Year's over and they can't party anymore, and you end up having a cigarette and a couple of beers. Now, or to learn a new skill. Well, September's the best time, because if you want to go to university or college, you can't really go till September, but however, you can start the planning, but by September, you've probably changed your mind. Or, you've got people who look for a new career change in January. Why does everyone insist on looking for a new career change in January? Considering the tax year, you would be better off staying where you are in some places in terms of holiday until actually March. Until the end of the tax year. However, if you listened to my Christmas episode, so that would be episode 8, that. That was before the episode about why would you name your son after Adolf Hitler. Very good podcast. That was episode 9, and episode 8 was Christmas. If you listen back to that, what I'm trying to say is the message comes from there. If we're going to make a New Year's resolution, why not make something simple? Something, like a minor choice, but it goes a big way. So, let's look at this, okay? So, you've got elderly relatives, elderly neighbours, disabled friends, family, or even just your normal family. You don't have to be elderly, and you don't have to have a disability. Anyone, do you know what I mean? Someone you care about family-wise, who can't do stuff for themselves, or can't, just need some help, or just want someone to talk to, because they're lonely. Why not take them shopping to town, or, visit them, have a cup of tea, or coffee, or maybe, instead of giving the New Year's resolution about giving up drinking, take them a crate of beer, and have a drink. Do you know what I mean? We're not encouraging you to drink here, but I'm just using this as a narrative. You don't have to drink cups of tea, because I don't drink tea personally, or coffee. Why not invite them to dinner so you go out for a meal? Or, even better, invite them around to your house, cook them a meal. Very good chefs. Or, if you live with them, or even if you don't, you could go around once a week to watch the same TV program with them every week, for a series. So you're doing something with them. Now, these are seemingly small gestures. Do you know what I mean? Like taking someone out to shop. They're small, but they're doable. A little bit more so than if you're going to come out and you're going to do the big ones. Do you know what I mean? The big ones that aren't really, by the 29th of January, have gone out the window. That, you're not really going to do. Now, yes, they're small. And it's really good. But, shouldn't we be, at the point where you're not afraid to change something? So New Year's resolutions, yes, they can work, you can follow them, but it's all about thinking, is this a doable goal? So if you're starting a business and you're like, I'm going to start a business, and, you're trying to compete with Richard Branson. Now, Sir Richard Branson, do you know what I mean? So in Florida, Sir Richard Branson has gone into a deal with a train company. So another person opens a train company along the same line. Do you know what I mean? Very bad idea to do, because Sir Richard Branson has a lot of knowledge in this area. Is it really doable? No, it's not. So what you should do, you should put the same premises to your New Year's resolutions. Is it really doable? Going to the gym by the 29th, I've done it before, I'm not really going to. So how about, make it a small change? Your goals for your New Year's resolutions, I always personally believe, should be a doable goal. 2012, I remember a New Year's resolution to change something, to make myself more outgoing, and Real Terrier was born 13 days later. So, that was in 2011, so in 2012, New Year's Day, New Year's Eve really, of 2011, New Year's Day of 2012, I made a resolution to, do more things with Terry and Lee, other stuff like that, and we've formed Real Terrier, and 7 years later, the New Year's resolution was doable, to spend more time with them, and we have spent some time together doing Real Terrier. So it's, you should always make your New Year's resolutions doable. So like I said, the big ones, the gym membership, all it's going to do to you in the end is make you lose money. Maybe if you do give up smoking, you can save money and drinking. However, you're just going to feel guilty after you've taken the first drink or the first cigarette. You're the one who's going to feel guilty afterwards. It's not about guilt. You don't want to be guilty about a new year, do you? So make it a doable skill. But when we're at it, we should also be remembering, change a little bit. Stop being an arrogant bastard, and if you excuse my French, and, you know, just going, if you're on the morning commute and you see someone, you know, who looks a bit down, just go over and say hello, just be nice to people. How about we have a new year, a new attitude of unity and peace and, you know, and actually being friendly to one another? Can you imagine how much more we would get from the world? It would be a very good place, I personally believe. Now, New Year's resolutions. I hear you wondering. Let's go back to the topic. So, New Year's resolutions have been around since the Babylonian times. However, then it was mainly making promises to their gods at the beginning of every year. You know, and also we're promising the gods that they're going to, you know, be better people. However, these New Year's resolutions, as they were found today, came about after the Great Depression in America. The Americans are always for something to blame for some reason in history. You know, they believe, but records did show that, like I said, these went back to the Babylonians, making promises to their gods at the beginning of every year to return borrowed goods and pay their debts. They've changed ever so slightly, haven't they, considering that today we now look and focus on self-improvement. You know, like I said, such as spending more time with friends and family, to lose weight, to give up smoking or drinking, learn a new skill, and changing your career. So, you know. But the best bit is with the career changes, the jobs never come around until April anyway. You know, all those good jobs. So maybe start looking, you know, in the new tax year where the companies are putting through promotions and people are retiring. No one ever retires at New Year. And if they do retire at New Year, the replacement is replacing them at, you know, a previous point. Before Christmas, normally. The interviews are, and that they're starting their new job in the new year. But, yeah. Like I said, you need to make your goal for New Year's resolutions a doable goal. Something that you know, not someone else. So don't let me tell you that you're going to, you know, not to do those big things, because you might be able to. But it has to be doable to yourself, no one else. You know, you really do. But also have some thought for other people. You know, if you live somewhere and you're going to change, you're definitely going to lose weight. Do you know what I mean? And you're going to change the whole menu of your house. I would worry. I would actually talk to the people you live with. It might end up in a divorce or a loss or a black eye if you. And I'm remembering here our dear friend from another Real Terrio podcast, Dick Batchelor, doing this to his dear husband Gupta when he tried to make him give up the curries. But I also say that maybe we need somewhere that that everyone can be one, and we need a world, going back to it, that, you know, you're not afraid to actually go out and say, hi, how are you? You know, to a random person who looks like they're having a shit day. You never know, if it's an old person, you might be the only person that they're speaking to that day, because some of them are left at home with not many stuff to do due to government cuts and funding. Also, if we are going to do this, it's 2019, should we just get rid of the 18th century politics system? You know, how about that as a doable New Year's resolution? But we can't, can we? Because it's not... yes, it is, to a point, but tradition is tradition. So, yeah. Once again, New Year's resolutions are good, but have a little thought about your process, and if you're going to do it, good on you, and good luck. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Around the World today, here on Real Terrier Season 1. We look forward to bringing you Season 2 with a weekly episode from next week. And I will see you next week. And goodbye. And Happy New Year, people! Happy New Year! Goodbye 2018 and hello 2019. Can't wait. Bye-bye. Again, you're listening to Around the World today here on Real Terrier Radio.